una hembelembe. Una welcome back. We could inform people where the toilets say we don't resume. This now opportune for people who get arthritis, may they stretch their legs. People who get ulcer, may they get something to put for their stomach. People who they pressed, may they enter. Yeah. My brothers, my sisters, in case you know they wonder which radio and television station be this is now Human Rights Radio and Television. 101.1. Redefining broadcasting. Now we they start where others they copy. Today, the 10th of April 2019. Now be the special day where we will do special program on GMO. And we thank God say we get experts will come for and against. Our own to extract what we go fit extract so that the information go be useful to us. By exactly 2 o'clock, 9 we go finish this program by the grace of God. 2:30, 1:30, 6 hours. Okay, 1:39 we go finish. My apologies to all the other programs we're supposed to come on air. This is very important. Even the Hausa section where they start from 12 o'clock, reach 4 o'clock, apologies to them. They can use the remaining hours. Una, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
The summary of what we been done do be say, the people where they will come to educate us about the importance and the advantage of GMO. Don't talk. Beautiful presentation. The people will come, will be put fear for our body before. We come against GMO. Them too don't do their presentation. We can't even allow other people to even chook mouth, make we hear, wait till they get to talk. Like the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. All of them talk. Somebody from the National Democratic Good Governance. Africa Center for Leadership Strategy and Development. Into don't talk. Plus other people. It gets some 2 journalists who have been sit down there. Ibela said they don't wrong go. Call them in because I won't give chance.
They say they get question.
Make people ask question now. Before the journalists them go come back inside. Now time for the people who come for GMO to ask the people who be say they come against GMO, may they ask them question, make we hear. Please, this question where we want to ask, no insult. Make we respect each other. Make we do everything with decorum. And as it be said, the program where they do here, if I want to talk say now practically, I can say it's empirically.
Yes, sir.
So, Madam, please compose yourself now. Please, you can ask questions now.
Okay. Ordinary President,
Sir?
I raised my hand before we went on break and you gave me the microphone.
Okay, to sit down.
I can stand, don't worry.
So that you know go suffer the cameraman.
Okay. Thank you, Ordinary President. In the course of this whole discussion, we have listened carefully. And while listening, we have also seen some misunderstandings and misconceptions that we need to clarify before we go forward. And I listed some of those misunderstandings and misconceptions, and we will just take time and explain them one after the other. Ordinary President, you know we are the developers of this technology in Nigeria. So we have a lot of experience that somebody who is outside may not understand. And I believe this is a wonderful opportunity for whoever wants to listen to be able to understand some of those clarifications. One of my colleagues here said, and I quote, "Substantial equivalence is not a scientific concept, but an economic tool, and should not be used as basis to approve a product." Honorary President,
Sir,
I would like to say that substantial equivalence is a scientific tool, and I will explain because I did it. When you say substantial equivalence, you are trying to compare two things to see if they are, the word equal, equivalence is there. Now, when the professor answered, he quoted something, says it's an economic tool. When you do food and feed safety assessment, before you release any GMO, there are so many things you do. One, you do food and feed safety assessment. Two, you do environmental safety assessment. And three, you look at some socioeconomic issues. Now, and these are requirements of the law of the very NBMA Act 2015. Now, in doing food and feed safety,
waiting be NBMA,
National Biosafety Management Agency. In doing food and feed safety assessment, I may not want to go too much into details of the science, but first of all, you do molecular characterization, looking at the gene itself, looking at the point of insert, looking at things like, does it have vector backbone, and a lot of other things. That's molecular characterization. You look at it in the lab. You also take tissue samples from the field and do the molecular characterization. Then you also do test for possible allergens. You do the same for toxic substances. And in doing this allergenicity and toxicity, you are comparing the new product with all known allergens, food allergens in the world, all known food toxins in the world. You check if the transformation you have done, has it led to a development of any toxic substance or any allergen. So that is one. And now you do composition analysis. On the basis of compositional analysis, for instance, the products you are developing, let's say it is rice, or let's say it is cowpea, let's say it is cassava.
Which one be cowpea? In Nigeria.
Sorry, cowpea is beans.
Oh, na
Cowpea.
Beans.
na beans na be cowpea.
Ewa.
Who they call am cowpea?
No, friends.
Na the English name.
Oh, na English name.
That's the
Beans
English
na
name.
Yoruba name.
Na Igbo.
Beans na common name where we they call them.
But na him be cowpea.
Yes. Okay, so now let's take, for instance, beans.
Una where they laugh me.
Na
How many of una know say cowpea? Cowpea na beans. Me where I admit una they laugh me.
They don't learn them now.
How many of una know say cowpea na beans? Continue, sir.
Substantial equivalence now comes to when you do the composition analysis. First of all, you do the proximate. Proximate is looking at what is the crude protein level, fat, minerals, vitamins. You check all those things. And then you compare it with the conventional one, non-transformed, and see, are they substantially equivalent? That is where the concept of substantial equivalence comes in. So if you are making this comparison, you can see it is something done in the lab, and it's a scientific tool. And on this note too, I will say we're all human beings. It's not everybody that have the opportunity to do everything at the same time. And it's also always important for somebody who has a question to ask. And then one of the journalists says, scientists, sometimes we don't talk. You can agree with me that...
Not you don't talk, that you avoid journalists. Journalists with integrity, not the bought over journalists.
You know, sincerely, sincerely, as a scientist, many times I wake up thinking what is going on in the lab or what is in my field. But I'm beginning to understand that, oh, it's important to communicate what you're doing.
And as a journalist, that man is thinking what is going on in your mind and in your brain and in your lab. There is the need for you to open up and discuss with him.
Yes.
If not, he can just assume that either you have...
Yes, that's good. And he can see us now anytime you come, because we have been talking about this, you know, and we're even here as scientists.
You get one lab for Abuja here now. That lab, any moment from now, if waiting with the fear happen, everybody for Abuja go die, including neighboring states like Nasarawa and Niger State. Now lab, where been they, where they supposed to use positively, but now abandoned. If anything happens and radiation leaks out of that lab, everybody in Abuja will die, including neighboring states like Nasarawa and Niger and Kaduna. Now breeze you go follow. I get this information, and the government is not doing anything about it. And a lab, Ghana government come borrow idea from this our lab. They don't carry and go back to Ghana. They are using it positively. We start them, we abandon them, and this thing na time bomb. This now one of my research where I don't do. Make government ask me, make I give them information. Within 1 hour, 2 hours, everybody for Abuja go die.
Ordinary President, thank you for this information. And we know that so many things are not going the way they should go in Nigeria. And all of us are also victims of the system. But then, just like Ordinary President is trying to use his platform to do the best he can do, there are still so many other people who are doing the best they can do. An Ordinary President, I can see you are even a young man. And this place is not too far from some of the labs. And we've been talking about National Biosafety Management Agency. I know they have a lab. I've been there. Maybe you can even take a trip, go and see what they have by yourself.
With this thing where I don't start now.
No, we are in Nigeria. It's a public
I can send somebody, some people to go and investigate for me and come back.
And then the NABDA, National Biotechnology Development Agency, they also have labs. There's also SHEDSCO. SHEDA. And State Council, you people also launched, you know, got some very new. FIRO too. FIRO is in Oshodi, Lagos. That's one of the even strong labs we have in Nigeria. But sometimes a particular institution don't have all that it needs. I remember sometime in the past when I was doing this compositional analysis with some feed samples. I started doing it in the University of Agriculture, Mudike. The equipment there broke down. And I went to National Root Crop Research Institute with my samples. And the equipment also had problems. That's some years back. And I went to UNN.
Sorry for...
to finish.
Now make a professor... What's his name? Prof. Kamalo,
Yes.
they
truth-
talk say made them support because this man nice start up that Umudike where you go. This man because he no agree with some of the things where the government they propose, scientists they propose. Now make them deny this professor in promotion for a very long time. Now make him too talk say he no one do again. This same Professor Kamalu, this man is an asset to Nigeria, is an asset to Africa, is an asset to humanity. A scientist with integrity.
Ordinary president.
But they victimized him in this country for standing on the side of the truth.
Ordinary president, we have labs, but there is always room for improvement.
Yes, sir.
So we need more improvement, and it would be nice to also use this platform to advocate, to equip our labs more. It will make our work very
Federal government, right?
Easy, yes. Because we are working for the federal government and the people of Nigeria. So another issue, my sister brought up this Roundup Ready, glyphosate. And I want to ask, is glyphosate GMO? Of course, from the name, genetically modified organism. Glyphosate is not an organism. So it's not GMO. And some of the things we're even producing is to reduce the use of chemical insecticides. And so it's important for us to understand, these things and demarcate the lines. But if there are questions, we will answer.
Then make you ask them questions first.
Yes, let me just clarify these things. On the issue of regulations, I know that recently, last year, these government agencies were taken to court, Federal High Court.
Which one?
NBMA, NABDA, concerning the regulations that my sister talked about.
Who carried them go court?
The same.
Oh, this.
Yes.
Okay.
They took those government agencies to court. And they also raised the same issues that they are raising here. And I was able to attend one of the court sections. And, of course, the court had their ruling. So issues of regulations, legitimacy or no legitimacy, I think is something for the court to determine. And if the Federal High Court, if they are not satisfied with the ruling of the Federal High Court, which I'm sure they have,
they can appeal.
They can appeal. They can even take it to Supreme Court. And we are scientists. That might not be our own purview. So, and then another question was asked. Something that kills insects, will it not kill human beings? I will call my colleague to answer this question, very direct, But then, before he answers the question, I know when I was a child, we passed out some worms, long worms. These days, the type of medicines they give us, crush it in the system and we just pass it out. Now, these anti-helminths kill worms in our body, and we're still alive. But I don't know what he will have to say.
Thank you very much. Albendazole is majorly used to treat worm. Now, most drugs are specific. For example, even in antibiotics that you use to treat a lot of infection, it kills the microorganism. It does not kill human. They are site-specific.
What about side effect in the long run?
There is no side effect because you pass it out. Yes. There is no side effect because you pass them out through your urine.
You get some antibiotic where you go take today.
Okay.
In the next 2-3 years, they still they part of your system. You get one, I don't forget the name of the medicine which somebody take. The medicine is supposed to work for the person body for some time. After 3 years, the person traveled to Egypt for treatment. When they take in blood sample, they ask him whether he don't take this thing. He say yes. They say this thing is still active in your body.
Is it a drug?
One injection.
Is it a drug?
Not drug.
Okay, good. There are basic things we need to understand. For example, let me just use microorganism for example. It's either you target the cell wall so that the organism will not be able to build its cell wall, and it will be weaker in the cell wall, so the organism will die. We use beta-lactams for that one. We have protein inhibitors. We have metabolic inhibitors. All these ones are what we use to reduce the microorganism interaction. As the drug comes into human, it targets only the microorganism.
Okay.
And does not target human.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you. Another
You can ask them questions now. Let them respond. You have explained, because if you say you want to do another presentation again, they go need another 1 hour to do another presentation. When I don't finish una presentation, ask them questions. Let them ask you questions. Then Nigerians can ask you questions. Good idea, yes? Yeah. Good.
Honorary President, we are the developers, and we are the people that everybody is looking at. And they are looking at us to explain what we have done and what we are doing. Now, a doctor who performs operation in the theater knows what he has done. If the doctor comes out and is asking accountant in the hospital, what did I do in the theater? I don't know how the accountant will answer. So I think we are ready. Let the questions come to us so that we explain to Nigerians
based on their presentation. If you have any question to ask them, because they are going to ask you questions.
On their presentation, one of the things...
If you as a person, you no get question, ask members of your team whether they get question for them. This is cross-examination time.
Okay. One of the things they raised in their presentation is that whenever you hear improved seed, it is GMO. Whenever you hear certified seed, it is GMO. Did you hear that? Yes. So, I don't know if I should ask them to explain that or to give explanation.
Thank you very much. Why this explanation is necessary is because of what they have said. If we don't explain, they will not understand. Now, you say improved seed is GMO. Farmers have been planting seed before GMO came. They were improved seeds. Improved seeds are gotten from conventional breeding. That is, there is a crop that is high yielding, and there is another one that resists disease.
Low yielding.
And that one that is low yielding has resistance for disease. So you bring them together, you marry them, they will call it a marry them. That is crossbreeding them. And then that one that has high yield will improve the one with low yield, so that it now comes for the farmer to benefit. So that does not mean that it is GMO.
Una been don't explain this. If na maybe una wait, sir.
Yes.
If na maybe una shebi then talk say anything way they call improved seedlings or certified seedlings is GMO.
No. That is what they said.
Not be waiting then talk. You go now ask them, who told you? Why did you say this?
Where did you get such information?
Then you get an answer. I don't know why you want to explain. Ask them questions. Let them explain to you. They have the right to ask you questions as well.
Oh, okay. Let me ask one question now.
Let it not be a one-way traffic.
One of our journalists here says that he has searched the internet and that WHO, World Health Organization, and Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations have not said anything about GMOs, if they are safe or not. Which website did you search?
Now, wait, before you go, can you face these people that came face to face with you, first of all, before you branch?
Okay, so now
see the people we challenge you now. We talk say they carry come now poison.
Okay.
Face them and ask them question. The journalist own is by the way.
Okay. So now I want you to explain the risk assessment procedure that was taken by the developers and puncture where we have gone wrong. Just explain the stages of the risk assessment that was conducted and on any of the products that we have in Nigeria, that is the cotton and the beans. And puncture, tell us where we did not do it right.
Ordinary. You go talk. Make I just say something. Number one. He said, this question where they ask me now, you know, say for outside, he gets away with a call jam question. Person where manufacture shoe.
Can't they ask
say
you?
Make I can't tell him how he take manufacture shoe. When I don't hear that kind of thing. Okay, number two. This make I help him. Make I help him. This substantial equivalence where in talk. Make we bring them down small. You know, substantial equivalence. You know, as my hand is so now. I can't get accident. God forbid, I don't get accident. This is my natural hand. Make we break them down. They can't,
just like this, my hand, we don't break. Use my
break.
own.
Okay, but so they can't cut the person's hand from the elbow. When they cut them, you get something where they call prosthetic hand. That's artificial hand. They carry that artificial hand, come join. Say make at least replace that hand where they come out. Even picking where they born today, go no say that artificial hand. Now just there to just help you do some things. Blood cannot flow through that artificial hand. So that artificial hand cannot be the same as that hand where they come out. So anybody where go talk say they won't use substantial equivalence, tell us say GMO foods. Now the same thing with natural foods. Now lie. It cannot be the same thing. Because this example where I just give, now just like real practical. You know, say something when they speak vector,
like
scientific,
empirical.
You know, scientific vector, all those big grammar. They can't break palm and leg. Bring it down to reality. Artificial hand and natural hand. Now the same thing. Okay, wait, make I just.
Nobody will get turn to ask questions.
No, now answer the answer.
Okay.
Now answer the answer. Make I answer number two too.
Okay.
Then number two, where you talk about the case, the court case. Waiting court talk for that case. When the matter went to court, court gave ruling because the issue was on permits issued. That was what the case was about. The judge ruled that the matter was status bad. What does that mean?
Meaning to say, we no talk quick.
Meaning to say, we no talk quick. That the case came up a year after the permits have been issued. That was the judgment. Make my colleague answer.
My other reason, thank you. You know, say sometimes with the mixed issues, and some of these are academia, the mixed issues will carry confuse us. When they say our product, in the first place, it is not their product. It is a Monsanto product. Syngenta, Dow. Secondly, these are patented products. Patency means, let me explain. Patency means it has never been seen anywhere before. That is the condition where they carry give patent. This product has never been seen anywhere. It's novel. So you cannot use substantial equivalence and be comparing with what is known already, our food. No. I am surprised that a scientist can stand before the world and be telling the world that substantial equivalence is a risk assessment tool. It's not true.
Ordinary President, sir, I'm going to respond to the issue of side effects that was said earlier. Now, he made mention here before everybody. You make mention of beta-lactam, which I am aware you can get it as active ingredient in penicillin or ciprofloxacin. I just Google ciprofloxacin. I just Google the side effect here. There are about 17
side effects.
Side effects. I can mention it for you.
Mention them.
Nausea, vomiting, epigastric distress, diarrhea. Wait, let me say something. No, but it has been stated, wait, I'm talking. It has been stated as side effect. When you were talking, you didn't mention concentration there. You only say no side effect, even paracetamol that you take.
Even water has.
Sir.
Oh God, please allow him to talk now.
Allow me to talk, please.
Microphone dey on our side. You keep quiet. It be like say you dey used to student unionism.
Sir.
You understand? When I get microphone, you no raise hand, you no talk. Somebody they talk to naked matter, you they interrupt them. You know what make we sabi waiting they happen? Allow him to naked matter.
Sir,
continue.
He make mention. He make
mention all the side effects first. Nausea, vomiting, purging.
Dermatitis.
Which one be dermatitis?
Dermatitis.
When you mention, which one be
skin rashes?
Urticaria.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Then aplesis. Aplesis is part of it. Then oedema is part of it.
Hey, Obama.
Now, sir, what I'm trying to say is that the mechanism of actions of all antibiotic, as you mentioned, is either it destroys the cell wall, the peptidoglycan, the teichoic acid, or amino acid analog or nucleotide analog. Sir, the body is made up of amino acid and nucleotide. Now the concentration is such that it destroys the organisms, but it cannot be without any side effect. I want to say this is a statement of fact.
So side effect there.
Side effect is there. Now let me go back to the GMO stuff. The allergic reaction is one of the major side effects of genetic modified organisms. As he said, in their analysis in the laboratory, you said you compare with all known side effects. Now let me quote WHO, September 13, 2017. WHO state that
which one be WHO?
World Health Organization. You can Google it. They state that, I'm quoting an authority, that there are new emerging allergens and the increased allergic reactions being experienced today is as a result of genetic modified organisms. It's there, you can Google it.
World Health Organization talk about.
Yes, you can go. We are still here. Now,
head boy, Google it.
Please Google it. Google it.
What year? You mentioned the date.
2017. 13 September 2017. I'm quoting an authority. Now, sir.
GMO allergy.
Yes.
Keyword.
Yes. In soya beans. Let me just be specific so that you won't quote me out of context. Secondly, sir, the issue of laboratory.
You can on your phone even if you ring. I forgive you. Do research. Thank you.
There's what we call ISO, International Standard Organization. It's a reference standard across the whole world. Now, I think the only certified laboratory today in Nigeria that have it is an Air Force laboratory. And
only?
And it cuts across research laboratories, medical laboratories, as the ISO, what it means.
Now only one lab for the whole of Nigeria.
For now that I know, I can quote. Now, ISO, what does ISO do? They promote what we call quality management system. Now, in quality management system, there's what we call facility and safety. There's what we call equipment. There's what we call process control, process improvement, customer satisfaction, occurrence management. They are like 12 essentials. And why you need to seek for that standardization accreditation is because whatever you make known in your laboratory, there's what we call reproducibility. If it's done in France or US or UK, it will be the same. Now, if you don't have that status of ISO certified laboratory, you cannot come out as an authority and make reference to that laboratory that you are finding things. I'm a laboratorian. I work in the laboratory. Now, what we are saying is that if you claim, because most of US laboratory are ISO certified or GSI certified, if your laboratory has not come to that international standardization status, it would just be unfair for you to be quoting that lab as an authority of data of what you are depositing here. Now, sir, the truth of the matter, even our Nigerian university, with all sense of humility to our academians, they are doing very well. Most of our laboratories in the university need to seek for that standardization. Because I know it's an expensive process. It's not more than maybe plus or minus, you talk about $60,000. Plus or minus to get
now
that
the money be the problem. Before you collect, they collect the money to give the license. They go can't check on our lab
they will mentor you. They will follow all the processes of laboratory. If you say you are sequencing DNA or some sort of that, they will look at the equipment. They will look at the environment. They will look at the process. Once you meet that process, they give you certification for only a year. So that when you default the following year, they will cease their certification.
Just like accreditation.
Yes, it's an accreditation, sir. So we can, if that laboratory has not achieved that standardization internationally, and you are bringing things from other parts of the world, and you are making reference to your laboratory, it will not stand. It will not stand. So what we are saying, they should improve. They should seek standardization and accreditation of their laboratory, so that when they talk, we seated here will be able to some extent, believe to some extent what they are saying.
Sorry, one minute. Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Oh, good afternoon. Please, my name is Ike Chuku Ani.
Yes.
I'm the head of press and public relations Police Service Commission.
You are live on Human Rights Radio and Television now.
Okay, thank you very much. I actually wanted to book an appointment for my commissioner who is in charge of media to appear before you. So I don't know when and how possible it can be.
Is it something that has to do with...
Yes, today. Today, in respect of the decisions of the commission.
The ranking of CSP Tijani Bulama?
Yes, yes.
Come tomorrow.
Okay, let the commissioner come tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, please, I will let him know. What time is he supposed to be there?
You have never listened to the program?
I do every day.
So
I just want to know
during the time of the program.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Continue.
So, sir, I don't want us to lose focus and be talking about maybe cancer or other things. We also have other risk factors like allergens. Allergens can kill instantly. Yes, it can't.
Allergens?
Yes. So you know why? You know why the allergicity increases? Is because the body is so fashioned to recognize things as safe and non-safe. Even the food you eat, your body is so structured to notice if there is something different from abnormal. Now, even part of the food we eat, the pollens, the grains, and other things, there are some food that other people cannot eat because they will react to it.
Like me, if I eat a goosey soup, I go the purge throughout.
Because we say it mimics some antigenicity to that body, as in it serves as antigen, it elicits antibody from that body to react. Now we are having increase in allergicity because these food that are coming, they are mimicking having some antigens that come to our body, then our body reacts to it. And that urticaria, sometimes when you transfuse blood, you might see some people reacting maybe through the skin, swelling of the skin and other things, even when you do due diligence in the lab.
Blood transfusion?
Yes.
That isn't a normal thing. You just give person blood, that's all.
No, because every blood is different. Every blood is different. There are some bloods that if you take, your body does not recognize. The blood that is given to you is the blood that is similar to your body. It's not looking foreign to your body. Then your body can accept it. Then if you give the wrong ABO blood group system to somebody, within 2 to 3 hours, that person might die. So I'm just trying to relate it to what we are getting today as food. If WHO quoted as an authority that we are having increase in allergicity of food, it's as a result of doctoring of this chromosome, the gene, that you have different things added in your meal that you are eating. So I want us to be guided. The laboratory is doing well, as you say, but you can improve. If you want us to believe what you are saying, go and seek for
uncertified lab,
so that we will know that what the data that is coming from that lab is a reliable data.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's appreciate him. Yeah, Prof, you've been to raise your hand, please. Okay, Prof, you two, you want to talk? Okay, when I want to talk, Prof, I go Prof Red Cap and Prof Kaftan. Prof Kaftan.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I just want to.
Consultant, I don't even Google them. Genetically engineered food may cause rising food allergies, part 1. And the thing long. In fact, show the camera. Then Prof, you go talk. Prof Kaftan and Prof Red Cap. So that we go know. We have about 30 minutes to go, by the grace of God. Zoom in. The only time we is a bit zoom in now. When women they involved.
Sorry, is that World Health Organization?
What website?
Okay, go to World Health Organization. Okay, go to World Health Organization. Yes, Prof.
Okay, I thought we are being too technical in explaining things.
God bless you, sir.
You see, antibiotics and their activity. The simple explanation is that antibiotics target what organisms have that our body don't have. That's why it kills them. Antibiotics are designed to be metabolized and passed away by the body after they have worked. Yes, some do accumulate in the body.
Then they stay small.
Yes.
Talk.
Yes.
When I don't hear, Professor don't talk, say, I say against waiting, our brother talk, sir, sit down. No worry, they come. Into say, you know they stay. But Professor don't talk, say, some, they remain for person body, it will take some time before it come out from person system.
So, some do accumulate. But to stay within the reason why we're here, we're not here to begin to defend antibiotic production or not.
Now, just by the way.
Exactly. So I just needed to explain that. But I have just one question for the group.
Yes, sir.
Anti GMO.
Yes.
Now, all these products that they have brought, are they suggesting that these are products made in Nigeria and being marketed by Nigerians? Or they are products that escaped into Nigeria? If they are products that escaped into Nigeria, then it is not the fault of the Nigerian scientists. Okay? On the other hand, they also kept mentioning that glyphosate as a GMO. He's explained that it's not a GMO. We must understand, when you are using a herbicide, what they need to tell us, is it the glyphosate that causes cancer? How did they determine that it causes cancer?
Very good.
Or it is the plants planted in the fields where glyphosate has been used as a herbicide that cause cancer?
Thank you.
To do. Thank you.
Thank you. But before you go, make una clap for Prof now. Before they answer you, even if this thing now escape, they escape entered into this country. NBC, National Broadcasting Commission, is the regulatory body in charge of broadcasting organizations in broadcasting houses in Nigeria, be it radio, be it television. Now, it is the responsibility of NBC to know when another person is operating illegally, whether the frequency is allocated by NBC or not. NBC has the right to ensure that no broadcast outfit operates in Nigeria without due authorization by the NBC. If the scientists them day and the regulatory agencies day and these kind of things they escape, it is as good as you people allowing it to come into the country.
Very good. I think when I spoke earlier, I mentioned that if the topic is on genetically modified organisms, our job is to educate.
Yes, sir.
We're not here to represent as in government. I was not brought here by Monsanto or by government. I came as a member of Biotechnology Society to educate on
sir.
On GMO. So if the regulatory agencies are not doing their job, don't blame the scientists. As a matter of fact, there's something I needed to mention.
Yes, sir.
There is no research, because somebody talked about research and profit. There is no research. No research is aimed at profit. It is the application of the product of the research that begins to target profit. And at that time, it may not even be the researcher
that will benefit.
That is even marketing.
Okay.
We need to understand that too.
Thank you. So they don't ask una question, make una answer. Make we appreciate Prof now.
Okay, make we separate the things, okay? He talked about whether or not the glyphosate, so whether or not GMO. We did not say glyphosate not GMO. They are two different things. Waiting we talk say, be say, this product where they here, this one, where they here, say it contains glyphosate. And it is manufactured by Monsanto. And WHO, World Health Organization, say the active ingredient in this product, they cause cancer. They don't carry water from our talk.
How it take concern waiting with the talk today?
Wait now, wait, they come. Now, this same product, most of the farmers will go they farm Monsanto's GMO products. Go they use them because most of their seeds, they are modified to tolerate heavy doses of Roundup. You cannot plant those seeds with Jackie chemical. No. You must plant it with this because they are modified to tolerate. Hold on. See this paper. It's from NABMA, National Biosafety Management Agency. Example, list of GMO events that have been approved by the National Biosafety Management Agency. Is there plenty? I don't go read all of them.
But it's long.
It's long. Now, some of them.
Show camera. Show camera.
Some of them, for instance, under soybean, you have herbicide tolerance.
Okay.
This is a herbicide.
Okay, show the camera. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my honorable president.
Yes, sir.
First of all, let me thank God for giving us somebody like you. I have never seen anywhere in this country where issues concerning Nigeria, common man, is being deliberated and discussed and given much more than enough time to educate Nigerians apart from this Brekete Human Rights Radio. May God bless you. Amen. You see, I have serious concern, and each time I hear about this GMO thing, instead of dousing my concern, it raises the more. It raises a lot of questions. As the debate was going on from the start, I was doing research on it. And I can tell you there were both positive and negative. But from my research, the negative outweighed the positive. You've seen so many countries that approved the GMOs are now disapproving it. Court gives a judgment on GMO in some of the EU states that you should stop using this GMO vaccine because they have seen the side effect of it.
initially they approved it, and in other countries like the Germany and the US, they are using it for industrial purposes, not for human consumption. And feed are animal feed. Like the alpha in the US and in Germany, alpha were allowed, but only for industrial purposes. Why are we in Nigeria trying to sell this for our own consumption? Nobody's talking about industry. Now, the professor from the ATBU, he said that we don't have, let me quote him, he said we don't have any scientific research to begin to blame GMO for any disease. Now, my question is this: is there any scientific research that shows otherwise? Now, if you are doing research, there is frontward and backward research. That's my own finding. Frontward is what we are researching on. Now, the backward research is that, okay, you have not your finding. Now, what is the effect of this? And there is no scientist in this world that can tell me that anything that he does has no side effect. That we have not seen that scientist yet. Even NASA, that they go to sky, they tell us the side effect of it. Now, look at the drugs that we are taking. Every drug that you take, they give you every drug in hospital. Look at, they will tell you the side effect of the drug. And somebody will come and tell me that when you modify the gene of a product that it has no side effect, that cannot be true. And it is also not true that everything that you take is flushed out in your system. That is also not true. Human anatomy, human physiology will tell you that certain chemical of just this are retained in your body. And that is why the accumulation of it will later, it has a multiplier effect in the near future. So I think we have to be very serious on this issue of this genetically modified crop. And I am so disappointed with Dr. Girado. When she appeared in your studio, she did not disclose to Nigerians that she is a country representative of GMO. She did not. And she is in a regulatory agency. I want to use this opportunity. If this assertion is true, she works with federal government, biotech, and she is the country representative of a non-governmental organization. I think she better choose one. It's either she resigns and concentrate on that, but she cannot serve 2 masters. Because there will be no fairness to it. Anything that this GMO brings, she is never in the position to say no. And she's occupying a regulatory position there. She should leave that place to a neutral and patriotic Nigeria. I am so bitter the way Nigerians are being used, and then to keep win Nigerians. We go to the market, we buy all sorts of things. And then the banker said that there is no formal approved GMO product. And the professor telling us, look, all the market are littered with GMO. So how do you trust our regulatory agency? Is it every Nigerian will go out and be regulating it? That is why these agencies are established. That is why tax monies are being paid to order to protect us. If we die, where do we get the tax to pay them their salaries? I'm so bitter. Honestly speaking,
okay, thank you very much, Usman. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Usman.
Okay, so I was trying to explain something. So I said, you know, some of the danger in that is this. When they have their specific seeds that is herbicide tolerant, one is that farmers are going to keep using those specific herbicides. Talking about corporate interest now, because you cannot use herbicide A for a particular seed that has been modified to tolerate herbicide B. So the person that is giving you the herbicide, you are dependent on him. So
for life.
He's giving you both herbicide and seed. Because the seeds we're talking about here, we have National Seed Council. They are not the one they are giving permit to give us GMO seed though. Let's understand these things clearly. The people they are giving permit to give us seed, see them here, Monsanto, BASF, Dow Agro, Monsanto, Bayer Crop Science, Pioneer. These are the people.
Not national.
Did you see National Seed Council here? Did you see international? Do you understand? So we must have these things clearly. We must have these things clearly stated.
So now foreigners go come, they give us seed for this country.
They have approved it. Look at it here.
Show the camera again, I beg. Show the camera so that the whole world will see.
By the National Biosafety Management Agency.
Show them again for the last time.
Meanwhile, if we recall clearly, Monsanto merged with Bayer. If you look at that document, Monsanto is there as a separate entity, Bayer is there as a separate entity. These are ethical issues we need to look into. Now, talking about Monsanto seeds, I was at a conference where the Minister of Agriculture came to Monsanto.
By name who?
Chief Audu. I was there live, you know.
In which country?
Here in Nigeria, at the International Conference Center. And Monsanto Agriculture, when the Minister of Agriculture asked the question, what seeds are you producing? Monsanto told our minister that they are producing only hybrid seeds. And I asked the guy, Kehinde, Johnson Kehinde, something, whatever his name is. I said, are you telling my minister a lie in my face?
The man representing the Monsanto.
Yes.
Kehinde, somebody.
That they are not doing GMO seeds, that they are doing hybrid seeds. I said, hello. So these are things we need to look into, that nobody takes us for granted. Answer the call, please.
Thank you. Hello, the good barrister with a good heart.
My honored president, sir.
Yes, Barrister Adams.
May God bless Madam Jackie.
Amen.
And the entire team that are working to save Nigeria.
Amen.
Mr. President, may God bless that professor that told us the truth today.
That's Professor. Is it Professor Redcap or Professor Kaftan?
The man that told us about the fact that there is no reliable laboratory.
Okay, Professor. His name is Kamalu. Professor Kamalu.
Professor Kamalu. A brave man, they die once. Coward will die before their death comes. Mr. President, what we are seeing today, we are writing history in Nigeria. And history will live to judge everybody according to your contribution to Nigeria. My ordinary president, Yorubas will say somebody who is pursuing you to shake hand with you. It's either he has something fishy, or he has something to maybe to contaminate your hand or to infect you with something.
Talk for Yoruba language, make we hear.
Yoruba man will say, you are running after somebody to shake hand with him. Why? What do you need his hands for? You are shaking him, the man is putting his hand in his pocket, and you are still pursuing him, say, good morning, you want to shake him.
Now wait.
It's either they have given you something from wherever to come and shake him so that you poison his heart or something. Why would somebody claim that he loves me more than myself? You say you want to improve my seedling, you want to improve my family. I say I know want. Mr. President.
Is it by force?
Is it by force to improve our seedling through Monsanto or through whatever they are bringing? Mr. President, it is better to die of hunger than to die of
poison.
Let somebody die. Rwanda, where they are calling, we have been hearing Rwanda since I'm in school. The hunger, they kill them there. They still remain people in Rwanda. How much more Nigeria? There are better ways to do things, but if people are complaining that they don't want this, if people are complaining they don't want this, why must you push them to want it? Mr. President,
sir,
please, the way we are, let us continue to tell the world that we don't want this kind of inorganic development of our food. Now we go eat this food, and we are saying we don't want.
Carry and go to your country. Carry and go to your country and feed your people.
We have had that we have over 73 million square kilometers of land.
No, 97%.
Yes, but we have 73.something million that are arable land, that are fertile. If all of us go back to farm, we will feed ourselves without somebody giving us anything that will come and kill us here. It is always good to err on the side of caution than to stupidly and ignorantly take to any scientific thing that they have not proven to us that is safe.
You can imagine the whole of Nigeria, now only one lab now get ISO certificate, and Nigeria Air Force lab. Any other lab where you know na kurubete.
And we are calling ourselves a country. Mr. President, you have said it. You said there are some rural states. As it is, Nigeria is a rural country. I'm very, very ashamed of myself today. We are in this kind of a thing. The ordinary laboratory we don't have in Nigeria. And we see ourselves wearing agbada, going everywhere, calling ourselves giant of Africa. We giant of where? Mr. President, don't be surprised when you see Nigerians sitting down, proving science to us, to feed us with this story they are feeding us. Language, statement that you are making, and it's smelling from your own mouth that you are making it. And you want any other person to concede to that kind of a statement from you. Madam Jackie, we have seen the truth. We don't need anybody to tell us where rain is falling from. We don't need anybody to tell us that one. What you have told us today is as clear as the night and the day. Everybody is saying it. In fact, ordinarily, you don't need any conclusion. You don't need to round up this program with anything. We that we are hearing you, we have concluded on the position, the truth, and the lies. Finally, sir, Mr. President.
You talk about yourself. Talk about yourself alone, sir.
Finally, Mr. President. Finally, Mr. President, sir, if you say make I talk about my own alone, it's just because that studio is small. If today you put all of us in Abuja today, don't even talk of people that are here, they are hearing us all over the world. Put everybody that has listened to this program in the National Stadium today, and you say those who are in support of GMO, go decide. According to what you have heard on radio, and those who are opposed, go decide. You will judge yourself. Mr. President, you will judge yourself. I'm not stupid. I'm a legal practitioner practicing law.
Thank you, sir.
And I do nothing but listening to words, stories spoken by people. And from there, I will draw inferences. Finally, my president, sir. Finally, my president, sir. Please, I will beg you for one thing. Because we are writing history with this program you have had today. In fact, as you were mentioning to this journalist, concerning production of an episode, a whole edition on the program today.
Special.
It was just like you were reading my mind. I said, God has really sent ordinary Ahmed to us. Apart from that option you have given them, I will now give you another option, Mr. President. You must produce audio and video of today's program. Yes, sir. CD. Sell it to Nigerians. Let us have it kept. We will watch it 100 times. As we are growing old, we hand it over to our children. So that they know whoever has forced something that will kill us in Nigeria on us, they will keep it for record. When they grow, their children too will read and see. Their family will read and see, will watch and see. Mr. President, sell this thing. The percentage of people that are listening to this program may not be in Nigeria, particularly in the rural area, may not be as much as those that are not listening to it. Give us this CD. I will buy and dash friends. Everybody should buy and dash friends, and let us hear it. Let us read it. May God continue to bless Brekete. This has never happened, even not on national television, that Nigerians has given a whole 6 hours. Government of Nigeria has nobody, both private and public, no broadcasting station has given Nigeria free service for 6 hours. Your name is going down in history, and the entire humanity will continue to appreciate you for this.
Thank you.
God continue to bless you, Madam President, and the entire crew. Madam Jackie, God bless you and your team. Bye-bye.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, President.
Distinguished Ambassador Potopoto, you have 1 minute. How is France today?
May God bless this station.
Amen.
Amen.
May God Almighty continue to guide this station.
Amen.
You know, say these are people. Every time they come, they say they want light issues. They want light issues. Still, people in the society still work in darkness. Ordinary, as 1 minute where you see this imitation of GMO. They put things in place. One, they get road. One, they get ambulance. Two, they get the doctors. They get hospital. We, if you want to do this GMO, like we, if we venture that day, if you call ambulance 1 minute, you don't come. You go carry you go hospital, we get bed. Where like today, all these things is not in place in Nigeria. Why should we maintain all those things?
As that barrister said, this video, keeper, our children go get her because you are
no problem. You are forgiven. You are forgiven.
You see, if you are a black man, now you do motor. We will not put wiper because we go think say plane no go fall.
Oh, if it wasn't a black man do motor.
If we not put wiper, you go think say plane no go fall. You see, we don't get big teeth, make you not get big teeth.
Okay.
But if you get big teeth, make you get laps, we will cover them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for what you have been doing. I have taken a lot of my time today. So they go find me, but no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. May God bless you.
Amen. You see, but to say it to say na Ibrahim do moto. If I no do, una no hear when he talks so. What did he talk? Huh?
He talks very Monday.
You did hear Karawakala. Okay.
Okay, my ordinary, thank you very much. You know, say we don't talk about this.
Sit down, sir.
This safety issue. My problem be say I'm always reluctant to the present issues. For when you present the issue, they will not accept it. Like say Mosan today here now, I will begin the rule.
If not true,
but if they here.
They go play back the video. They go hear
yes,
what
but
you
get something where I want to point out because you see whenever we are talking about GMO, we begin to lie to ourselves, and it's not good because I can't see how somebody can stand before the world and be telling us that antibiotics don't have any after effect. No drug. There is no drug that is harmless. But what doctors do is that they weigh the risk against the benefit and pronounce a drug safe or not safe, but no drug is harmless. Okay, that's why they weigh. Now, in terms of GMO safety, you know the tomato called Flavor Saver?
I don't know.
Okay. That was the first food they approved, genetically modified food. Tomato by Calgene. You know? Because it was the first, out of their own violation, they say, let us test it. Nobody forced them. Nobody forced Calgene. They started the experiment. When disaster started coming up, they withdrew. They stopped the experiment. They stopped. In 1990, there was one epidemic in US they call EMS. Isophonia myalgia epidemics. You know, they call it the 1990 EMS epidemic in the United States. You can Google it. During that period, it was discovered. There's an amino acid they call L-tryptophan. Okay? In the 1990s, only 6 companies were producing it in the United States.
Only 6 companies?
Only 6 companies. Okay? So when doctors can suddenly begin notice, say, patient come they complain, come they give certain symptoms. This doctor they report, and this one go report, this one go report, this one go report. Doctors now started looking at their records and discovered that all of them were taking that L-tryptophan. It was normally a very safe amino acid. So when they now started to check, but they were saying people don't take this drug now, which can they cause trouble. So they now started to look at the batch. Okay, when they looked at the batch, where those people where they complain of those those symptoms.
Batch.
Yes. They discovered that it came from one company called Showadenko. Okay, called Showadenko. That the whole batch where they caused that problem.
If not for Nigeria, nobody go care.
Anyway, they now focused on Showadenko and now discovered that of all the 6 companies that were manufacturing that amino acid, Showadenko was the only one that was using genetically modified strain to produce L-tryptophan. Okay. They settled that problem with about $2 billion to kill it. Showadenko.
Okay, Barrister Showadenko. Barrister Hindu.
My big brother. May the blessings of Allah surround you. Beat you hard from each side.
Amen.
I'm just so, my body is just, I don't know. May God bless Madam Jackie, Barrister Mariam. A lawyer is a master of all trades, jack of all trades, master of all. So So nobody should disregard whatever she's saying. She knows what she's saying. May God bless Professor Kamulu.
Kamalu.
Sorry, for coming out to be a real person. He knows what he's saying. He doesn't have the fear of government. What is government? We are government. For God's sake, for how long will we continue telling lies just to earn a living that will not satisfy us at the end of the day? And I have an observation, Ordinary President. Our country is not apt in research. We hardly do research. If we do research, why do we have to rely on foreign countries for our polio needs, our polio problem? Why hasn't anybody come out to do research on fibroids, which are a major cause of problems in the female body? No, nobody has come to do that research. But all of a sudden, in a matter of few years, you're telling us you've researched and GMO is perfect, it's good for you, it's going to make your life the best. Oh, come on, please. Tell me something else. Have they ever published any report on their research? Nigerian research on GMO, I've not seen it. I have Googled, I have not seen one report on any research they have done. They can only rely on foreign research. Please, our lives matter. Please, just come out and tell the truth. Anything you take, even common vitamin C, they tell you it has adverse effects when you take too much. Paracetamol, they tell you the side effects. But all of a sudden, GMO is perfect for you. Please, yes, have a rethink. We don't hate you, but we want to protect our country. Thank you, Ordinary President.
Thank you, Barrister Hindu. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes,
Jackie, hold on. Well, one woman for back there, won't talk. Give her microphone. Madam, come front. Sit down for Professor Chair. Leave the bag now. Leave traveling bag. Okay. What be your name?
My name is Maureen Ojelo.
From which organization?
From Population and Environmental Monitoring.
Population and Environmental Monitoring. Yes, what be your own side of contribution?
Yes, sir. Thank you for this opportunity, Mr. President. I really want to thank you very specially for convening this all-important meeting here, because for a very long time, Nigeria has been taken for a ride in so many aspects, politically, socially, and economically. The issue of GMO is long overdue, and a lot of us, Nigerians, we don't know that this is what is